Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever in the world you may be. I am Amy Montalvo, and this is the Good News Global. Now, many of you watching Shout Out Friends and Family know that I was a TV news reporter back in the day. Roll tape.
Police say the most common crime is car break-ins, and they see it every year. Burglars simply break the glass, reach in, and your valuables are gone.
Brilliant, just brilliant work. So hey, always a good time for a reboot, always nice to break out the blazer again. And I've actually been telling positive, uplifting stories for quite a while now. And a few weeks back, I had the idea to do somewhat of a good news broadcast while in lockdown. But I have found out that one John Krasinski beat me to it.
Good evening, everybody, even though it is very clearly the afternoon, and welcome to SGN.
Now, I have no doubt that had I been first to market, I would also have millions of views by now, just relatively same fame level. Anyway, on to the good news. Just kidding, we're just on one camera for this. Starting in the US, the Raising Men Lawn Care Service was founded to keep kids, young men, and women on a positive path. They mow lawns for free all over the states and help the elderly, the disabled, single mothers, veterans, and so many more. And guess what? The pandemic is not stopping them. They're staying socially distanced, keeping those lawns in tip-top shape, and now delivering groceries as well. Not to mention getting meals to essential workers and their families. The real heroes of lawn care. Thank you, Rodney Smith Jr., for starting this initiative and for keeping it going through such a tough time. Over in Riverside, California, the United Sikh Mission and the Sikh community of Riverside are giving out thousands of meals a day and have provided thousands of masks to the local community. And they're handing out groceries on the weekend, crushing it. The group has provided more than 40,000 meals over the past month to healthcare professionals and people in need. Gurpreet Singh from the United Sikh Mission said simply, "No one should go hungry. We serve 7 days a week because there are no days off from hunger." Now to Ukraine, where a Christian organization is working hard to provide immediate food aid to elderly Jews that are confined to their homes by the pandemic. They say the calls keep coming in and they plan to meet every need. Over the coming months, the organization aims to deliver more than 300,000 meals throughout the country. And continuing on to Kenya. School is not in session, but David Oginga of the Furaha Community Foundation in Nairobi has risen to the challenge. He's gathered a team of teachers, volunteers, and alumni to make sure his students are well-fed and inspired. They've distributed food packages and sanitary items for more than 300 families this week, and they're collaborating with local organization Metis to hand out home learning guides. Education and encouragement are ongoing. Bringing it here to South Africa, the last good news story I did was about a little coffee shop here in Johannesburg that is changing the lives of its staff every day. Now, since we've been in strict lockdown, staff is of course at home, but that's not stopping junior manager Mapula Maeko from stepping up and making an impact in her hometown of Sikota in Limpopo province. It all started with a simple Facebook post, and now Mapula has organized hundreds of sanitary pads for women in her under-resourced community. It's an essential item that often gets ignored, so thank you, Mapula. And over in the UK, well, this story is just amazing. First of all, do you know about Captain Tom? If not, get right. Captain Tom is amazing, a hero about 1,000,000 times over. He's a World War II veteran who initially pledged to raise £1,000 for the UK's National Health Service in the run-up to his 100th birthday, April 30th. He planned to do this by completing 100 laps around his garden. Turns out that goal wasn't quite ambitious enough, Captain Tom. To date, he has raised over £29 million, or almost $36 million for the NHS. And look, that's a freaking fantastic story in itself. But now, the copycats have come along, and it couldn't be more awesome. 6-year-old Frank Mills of Bristol has now raised around $300,000 for NHS workers by getting up and out on his walker every day. Frank has spina bifida and just started walking 18 months ago. And now, 9-year-old Tobias Weller of Sheffield has pledged to walk a marathon in his local park. Tobias has cerebral palsy, which is clearly no match for his determination. He aims to raise £20,000 for the local children's hospital and his school, which focuses on those with cerebral palsy and other motor disorders. Tobias says he's not stopping until he's completed this, quote, ginormous challenge. Now back to the States, nurse Taylor Campbell of Rhode Island stepped up like so many other amazing women and men to fight this virus on the front lines in a New York City hospital. On Facebook, she posted about how she's faced some of the most difficult days of her career, and then about her last day, where she was finally able to extubate a patient who'd been battling for her life on a ventilator for 15 days. The woman's first words to Nurse Taylor, "I love you." Taylor says she felt like she was in New York to save this woman's life. Purpose fulfilled.
Don't be sad, a smile can lift a heavy heart.
One family in Seattle is lifting spirits through music and providing COVID-19 support at the same time. The Rubin family started their coronavirus stairwell sessions with the original song, "Give a Little Love." This musical family got their family and friends involved, and before they knew it, they had 80+ voices and a whole lot of instruments on board.
Get up and give hope a try. Don't let the chance pass us by.
They're calling it a musical love letter to the world during this uncertain time, and if it inspires you, they're asking you to donate to Seattle Foundation's COVID Response Fund or any relief fund in your area. So, are you sick of being stuck inside with the same view? Well, on the View from My Window group on Facebook, you can get a glimpse of the world from random strangers' windows. We're all inside, so why not see what other people are seeing? It is surprisingly beautiful and kind of makes you feel like you're traveling and also hanging out in other people's homes. In great environmental news, IQ Air, a global leader in air quality data and solutions, published a COVID-19 air quality report that shows that air pollution levels in 10 major global cities have dropped by as much as 60% during government-mandated lockdowns. The CEO of IQ Air says the drastic reduction in air pollution during COVID-19 lockdowns shows how our habits and behaviors directly impact the air that we breathe. Now, for the really important stuff. Are your Zoom calls getting boring? Are you just tired of looking at your family's faces? Do you need something to spice up those corporate meetings online? I suggest a llama. And Sweet Farm Animal Sanctuary in Half Moon Bay, California, well, they gotcha. If you want to bring in Kevin the Rescue Pig, or Juno the Rescue Goat, or Paco the Rescue Llama, or even take your coworkers on a farm tour, just sign up for Goat to Meeting. Yes, that's Goat to Meeting. You'll be helping Sweet Farm take care of those awesome animals with your donation, and obviously you will also win your Zoom call. Oh, and even better news, Goat to Meeting and a farm tour is free for schools. Thanks to DarrenKagan.com for this fantastic option, which I will clearly be using in the near future. Now, even though I am obviously in an epic good news battle with John Krasinski, I will say that I absolutely love when anyone uses their platform, especially a huge platform, for good. So here at the Good News Global, we can only salute anyone who is getting good news out into the world. And remember, that can be you too. So until next week, or whenever I get to this again, we are sending love and good vibes from South Africa. In good we trust. I had the idea to do a good news broadcast while in lockdown. So here at the Good News Global. This is a hard one, this is a long one. And it's not too bright, do I look like a ghost? Is my hair good and everything? Is it rolling? Yeah. Had the idea, but it seems, okay. For stepping up, from stepping up. Oh, this hair is getting so poofless. And now I feel pressure. Cuts!